You're live. That is an interesting angle.
Yeah, if we were ladies, we could look at our cleavage. That'd be fun.
Because it's top down.
If only we
We just,
Nice titties.
do that the old man thing where you hike up your pants before you sit down. And
Sure. I'm live
make
on
sure that
YouTube
you-
right now.
Okay,
I
great.
should probably.
say, just giant crotch shot. That's all you got for me. My
It's-
head's cut off.
Yep.
giant.
Said the
Oh
Robin
man.
test. Whichever one you want, you can grab.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mm-hmm.
Here's Smelcom. Remember, anything you say or do can and will be held against you in a court of law.
All right. I guess.
Or at least, anybody that wants to hire you.
Ooh.
What?
I'm not looking for a new job. It's okay. Hi, Facebook. Hi, Instagram. Hi, YouTube.
Neither
Getting
am I.
Ready to do our podcast. This episode, we're going to be talking about scenes that scared us as children in movies and or television.
It's gonna mess you up the whole night looking back and forth. It's gonna look.
I'm not
It's gonna make it look like you're
I'm not going to look back and forth.
watching tennis or something. Ping pong.
Ding ding dang. God, you beat me by
Playing
2
ping pong and
seconds.
ting tang. Ting tang. Boom tang boomerang.
Boom. Yeah. All right. Well. God, it's weird. Okay.
I have 3 events, actually.
Okay.
I have 2 events, and then 3 events on the 9th. But I'll go over them. It's quick. They'll be fast. Be feast.
Okay.
Okie doke.
Okay.
Did anybody go to the grilled cheese festival?
No, none of us wanted to spend $50 a ticket,
Yeah, neither did I.
and I also forgot about it.
I thought about it and I was like, $55 a ticket? No. Thank you.
No spikes.
Even with the discount, I think it was like $40.
Even
Yeah,
still, that's
even
way
then.
too much. Yeah, I was like, fuck that noise. I could see $20. That's fine.
I don't care, bro. I just don't care.
He doesn't care. Will
care.
doesn't care.
The man
Oh.
doesn't care.
Don't care.
Did you see him? That's him not caring.
You ask a man a question, when you say he didn't care.
Didn't care.
Are you done?
He doesn't care.
He doesn't care. Yeah. Just want to make sure you know. He doesn't care.
Don't care, bro.
All right.
Even if you did, you wouldn't. You know why? 'Cause you don't care.
You-
We're in sync. We're good.
I
All right.
like what you did.
Yeah,
I like what
we're
you
ready
did.
to start.
All right, man. Okay. You guys ready to go?
Yes,
All
sir.
right. Sounds good.
Bingo.
All right, up as go, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Episode 90, talking about scary scenes in movies that scared us as children. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to another Brewnomics podcast where we drink beer and talk about culture. I'm Jerry.
I'm Paula.
I'm Vic.
My name is William.
Episode 90. 90.
Hot damn.
Hot damn.
90. Didn't know we'd make it this far, guys.
Yeah, here
Wow.
we are, though.
No,
Kicking ass.
I knew we'd make it this far.
So getting closer and closer to Halloween. So this week's episode, when we get a little bit further on, we are going to be talking about scenes in movies and or TV that scared us as kids, maybe freaked us out, stood out in one way or the other for being a little spooky.
Yeah.
So we'll get to that when we get to that.
Mhm.
But first, before we do, what's going on out and around town, William?
Well, it is Halloween, and we have a Walk the Dead pub crawl. Starts at 7 p.m. and goes to 11 p.m. It starts at the Eureka. This is kind of out and around Boise, by the way. And at 8 p.m., they're going to walk to the front door. And then at 9 p.m., they're going to walk to the Press and Pony, which is a little like drinking bar. And
Craft
then after,
cocktail bar.
yes, thank you.
It's a drinking bar.
It's a
It's a
drinking
bar
bar.
where you go to get drinks, guys.
It's weird.
They have
drinks
other things that are wet. And then the aptly named Whiskey Bar at 10 is where they will be headed.
Oh, nice. That sounds
I wonder
fun.
what they have there.
Whiskey.
Whiskey. That's my safe word.
That's a bad safe word.
Probably. I'm looking at changing it.
Also on Halloween night, there is a Halloween party and costume contest at the Barbarian Brewery downtown. This is their downtown location. This actually starts at 6 to 12, but they will have a costume contest from like 9 to 9:45 where they'll be judging it. Also at this event, there will be 3 new beers. There is going to be a Pop Rocks Grow. Grow, which is going to be pretty good. It's going to be kind of like mango-y, I think. But yeah, it's going to actually be garnished with Pop Rocks on the edge. So it should be very tasty. A Dutch apple streusel, which is a barrel-aged ale. And they're also going to re-release their Eric the Red, which is an Imperial India red ale.
Wow.
So very hoppy red there. So you could just, do the Walk of the Dead pub crawl, which starts at Eureka at 7, and then go to the front door. And then instead of going to Press and Pony, go to Barbarian and do their little thing. That would actually, I think, be probably the best way to do it myself. And then we've got like 3 different events on November 9th. That's kind of the next big day in the craft brew world, at least around Boise, Idaho, and Meridian and all that. So there's a 10-year anniversary party at Brewers Haven. This goes from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. And, there's going to be like drink specials, and they highlighted the drink specials and drink specials, as well as they're going to give away some swag and stuff like that. And then there's also the 4-year anniversary party at Powder House Brewing. And they're actually going to have barrel tasting there, which will be super nice.
When is that?
Also November 9th.
Okay.
And that, I believe, goes from 12 p.m. in the afternoon to 10 p.m. at night. Live music, and some food trucks as well. And then the third one is the third Sockeye Barrel Aged Social. Now, this lasts from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. at night and costs $35. So you want to get your tickets early because they will sell out. So this is kind of like for that high-end, craft beer drinker that's looking for those whales, right? Because they're going to have like limited releases and bottles that you can buy there that are very highly sought after, as well as they're also going to have barrel tasting. And the $35 gives you a snifter glass and 10 3-ounce pours from different, barrel aged beers. So that'll be pretty cool. And there's going to be like 12 different options of, their barrel aged stuff that night. So if you are one of those people that is super into craft beer and, want some really nice stuff that you can like cellar and, pop open on a special occasion, this would be the event for you.
Rad.
But after that, there's a bunch of other stuff, but we're only going to go out to the 9th because we can keep updating you as much as we want later.
The later we get. Cool. Thank you, Will.
You are
All
welcome.
right. Well, that made me thirsty.
Yeah.
So let's drink a beer.
Heck yeah.
All right.
What do you got for us, Jerry?
This is a beverage that I got from Devore. This is from Taxman Brewing Company. These guys are out of somewhere.
Did your homework, didn't you?
I forgot.
The last brew,
Indiana. There we
that's
go.
right. Indianapolis, right?
Close Bargersville.
Okay. I have no idea.
No idea where that is. But all their beers are like, it was a bunch of former lawyers, so they have a lot of like law themed beers. This is their peach brandy barrel exemption. It is a Belgian style Tripel ale brewed with spices and aged in peach brandy barrels. What do you got on their website for us, Vic? I'm gonna look up the price on Devore real quick.
Oh, nice. I'm still trying to run it down on their website. It's a little interesting. However, I'll fill you in on Untapped right now. So this is sitting at 9% alcohol by volume on Untapped, 30 IBUs. It has an average rating of 4.03 derived from 101 ratings. And it reads, Unlock the Vault, our barrel series committed to the careful, prolonged conditioning and blending of barrel-aged ales. This crisp golden ale unites lemon, orange peel, and coriander spices with flavorful Belgian esters, which blend brilliantly with bright, tangy notes and peach brandy barrels. Enjoy immediately or store under lock and key. So there's that.
Yeah, 9% and 30 IBUs. I think you already said that, but just
I did. It's nice to have that can verified, though.
And on Untapped, you had to buy 2 of them, and it was $5.50 a can
On
for
Tavor?
12-ounce cans. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
I was like, you can buy straight from Untapped, bro?
Wouldn't that be amazing?
God, I'd love
Excuse
that.
me. Thank you. On Tavor. Yes.
Okay.
that pricing lines up with the last brew that we had from Taxman, which was a cold brew coffee stout, I believe, and it was
It
very
was
good.
really good.
Yeah.
So I'm intrigued to try this. So let's stop talking about it. Start being about it.
Heck yeah.
Oh, wow. That smells like peach brandy.
That's fantastic on the nose, man. Great aromatics.
Oh, wow. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa, man.
What's happening in your mouth?
At 9%, I'm really not grabbing it, but
Oh, it's there. It smells more boozy than it tastes.
yeah.
It tastes boozy, though. Tastes like a peach ring that was soaked in
Yes.
brandy.
Yes, it does. That's a great app
Peachos,
description.
And I'm about that.
I love peach rings.
I don't get much of the brandy. Oh, now it's hitting me. It's very much on the aftertaste.
It is. It is. It's not right up at front at all. It kind of creeps up on you.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think I've ever had brandy.
No?
No.
For real.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm gonna have to get to that.
I say we're gonna have to change that.
I know.
I'm very curious how you'd feel about brandy.
I keep meaning to
It's
get
been a
to it.
long while since I've had brandy. I remember when I tried brandy, I was too young to appreciate it because it's kind of like scotch. It's like a mature
Sure.
Yes.
taste, and it definitely was not my thing. But I would like to try some brandy again.
Hmm.
Maybe we'll do that. Huh? Let's
Agreed.
go on a brandy venture.
I'm usually not a dark liquor type of drinker on anything. I usually just like, like vodka or gin or what do you call it? The clear tequila.
Silver tequila.
Silver
sure.
tequila. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could go for some brandy.
I really like the darker liquors. That's the thing. I love a good dark whiskey or even a good dark rum. Big bourbon fan, but the fucking hangovers are real.
Mhm.
With those
Are they?
ones.
Okay.
Compared to like a silver liquor, there really is a big difference.
Oh yeah.
Crazy.
Anyways, what do you guys think about this beer? What about you, Paula? Since you won't shut up, you might as well fucking talk about this.
I just want a break. All right, I'm talking. Belgian, indeed. With all the spices you get from the initial taste, that initial tip of the tongue into the swallow. I like the booziness of it. That just could be the alcoholic in me. But I don't get any of the peach.
Really?
Hmm.
I'm getting.
I smell it. but I'm not
Really?
tasting it. Yeah.
Oh, that's bananas to me because I'm definitely getting peach in this. Well, what would you rate it? 4.03. What do you think of that? How do you feel about it? What does it do to your balls?
Makes me a bit tingly.
Oh, okay.
That could just be a normal thing. You always make my balls tingly, Jerry.
Thank you.
My Jerry sense. 3.75.
Okay.
Mainly because maybe it could just be that I've been around sick people like all week. Maybe it's just hitting me now. But I definitely get the booziness, but just a hint of the peach in the aroma. I kind of want more of that.
You
But
want
it's
more of it
definitely-
in the flavor?
Yeah, but it's definitely a tasty beer.
Okay. What about you, Will?
I agree with Paula that it does have some really nice Belgian notes to it and spice. I didn't notice them at first just because that peach I think was overpowering in the first taste. And then yeah, it definitely has that kind of boozy brandy, finish on it. I'm going to give this a 3.75 as well. I can't see myself justifying it at a 4. It's a very nice, comfortable sipper. Like I would love to have this on a cold, crisp spring night. Like a porch rocker kind of a thing. But yeah, I can't see myself going back to it. So because of that, I don't think it reaches 4 status for me. But it's definitely tasty. And if you like peach and you like brandy, this is a wonderful alternative.
Alternative to what?
Having just the straight up peach liquor brandy.
Interesting.
Sorry. Okay, I can get behind you with there. I do think it is overrated at a 4.03 or rated too highly. I don't know if I'd say overrated is the right phrasing for it. My reasoning is it's too peachy. That's why I'm kind of surprised, Paula, when you're saying you don't get much in the flavor, because I do get a lot of it. It is drinkable. It's fun. It's one I would like to share, and I'm glad I'm getting to share it with you guys. But why I think it's rated too highly is the redrinkability and the drunkability too, right? Let's be real. Why do we do this?
To get fucked up.
Exactly. So this would be a rough one to get fucked up off of, right?
Oh,
The
yeah.
drunkability on this one, while easy to get drunk off at 9%, I have a feeling that it's going to be just a painful hangover with that sweet, peachy, brandy sugariness.
Do you think it's overly sweet?
Yes.
Okay.
That's why I'm really surprised Paul is not getting much peach, because I'm getting so much peach. So I give it a 3.5.
Okay. It kind of reminds me of the brainless on peaches we had way back when from Epic.
Oh,
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
On our fruit beer episode. I think it was like 2022.
This is way
something like
better
that.
than that one,
Yes.
Yeah.
from what I recall.
I do feel like the hangover would be way worse off this
Oh yeah.
than the other one. I think the other one was like a 12%.
It's got some sugar in it for sure. But still, I really like it. I think it's very good. I'm glad I got it. And I always look forward to seeing Taxman Brewing Company on Tavor, because they so far don't disappoint.
What was your rating again, sir?
3.5.
Thank you.
Yeah, I will probably give this one a 3.75 myself. I get a lot of peach notes as well. And for the same reasons, I give it a 3.75 because of the redrinkability. At 9%, this will get you messed up. And the sweetness combined with that for me as well will be pretty tough to keep on drinking that night. All right, my nose is super nasally.
I just checked this beer in on Untapped and got a happy anniversary. Cheers to 9 years on Untapped.
Damn.
Look at
Wow,
you. Wow.
crazy. You heard it here first.
There we go. All right.
Cool.
Shall we move on?
Let's do it.
Okay. Well, let's finish up some or get into some news while we finish up this booze.
We can finish up the news too.
Well, let's do some beer news. Founders update. You guys know we're a fan of Founders, and
They were called racists.
Hopefully, you recognize the sarcasm in my tone on that one, because we are not fans of Founders. And it looks like a lot more of the world, even their own employees, have come to similar terms as we have.
Are they unionizing?
Oh, bro. So you guys have not heard
No, I haven't heard
the
anything.
word. A bunch of employees walked out in protest for racial discrimination, and they won't come back to the point to where Founders is indefinitely closing their main Detroit tap room and canceled their CBS release, and the diversity director was forced to resign as well.
Wow.
Wait,
Wasn't that the guy that originally had the charge against him in
Yeah,
the first place?
because he came out and said that he didn't even realize the main employee that was against him was black. So it was just, he was refusing to even, he's like, no, I'm not racist. He was black. Oh, I don't even see color. Who'd have thought? Was kind of what it came down to. So
wow.
yeah, a lot of people are finally starting to realize that they're a bunch of dickholes. And remember, there's a reason you don't see Founders or hear us drink Founders on this podcast.
Or talk about him much.
Unless it comes to this. So
Well, we want to give you updates, let
yeah.
you know what's going on with the company. I mean, hopefully they're going to have a kind of a restructuring and a flushing out of the bad management,
and
because
they got, I don't
used to have good beer.
used to, and then they got too big for their own britches, and then there are so many other good breweries. So as far as I'm concerned, fuck them.
Well, I mean, a lot of people have kind of already taken their recipes and
Fuck them.
copied or emulated them. So
And
yeah,
Detroit
they have made them a little
and
irrelevant.
Detroit is a phenomenal city for beer,
Oh yes.
and there are a lot of breweries that you're going to get that are way better.
Yeah.
than Founders.
Especially look up
Um,
Grand Rapids if you're in that area.
Yeah, and then go back and listen to our podcast. We actually had a podcast in February, specifically around Detroit beers.
Yeah, you
It was a lot
visited
of
there
fun.
and brought
So-
a whole bunch back for us.
Yeah,
Thank
and
you.
they did a great job. So, good for Detroit beers. Fuck you, Founders. Fuck
you,
your family.
family.
Oh, that was amazing. I love you guys. And then here's some. That's it. I got for beer news. Unless you guys, I got the rest. Is just like movie news, like usual.
Movie news. As I keep drinking this Taxman Brewings, like it almost tastes like jungle juice to me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's throwing me off a little
Okay.
bit.
Yeah, like if it was like lemon flavored, it would totally be yucca.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just had to talk about the evolution there.
To the movies. Okay. So, Joker, let's get with that. Is the new stop it, Will. It is officially the #1 grossing R-rated movie. It
Yep.
beat Deadpool.
Damn.
Yeah, which was at 286 or something, and this is at 287, so just barely beat it. But it still got a few runs, and not just that, regained #1 this weekend, beating out Maleficent, which was what a lot of people thought were going to be #1. So the movie's still kicking ass.
Awesome.
It's making so much money.
That's domestic, right? That 212, I would think, over global sales.
I think it's globally.
We don't have to spend any more time on it. It's okay if you don't know.
I don't know off the top of my head.
Okay.
'Cause,
Somebody can look it up, I'm sure.
it's somewhere. It's all over the internet. But I mean,
But yeah, I mean, Ryan Reynolds, I think, he came out and said, hey, it's #1.
yeah, he put some cute little Instagram
Yeah.
thing out that said it's #1.
Which only drives him to make Deadpool 3 funnier.
And you are correct. Yes, that is.
Just
Domestic.
domestic.
Okay, cool.
Internationally, it's at 571.5 million. Worldwide, 849 million.
Total.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's already. This movie might hit $1 billion
Yeah.
worldwide.
Which is why I was like, that has to be domestic.
Dang. So yeah, domestically and I think internationally, the #1 R-rated movie. So good for them,
Cool.
I suppose.
Good job, Todd Phillips.
Right.
Something fun, if you really want with that movie, is to just go online or Twitter or Instagram or whatever and just look up all of the different music compilations that people have done to Joker dancing down the stairs.
Oh, really?
Oh, dude, I tweeted a bunch at Brewnomics. You can find them on my Twitter handle at Sinclair Will. And they were just cracking me up. I went down like a little rabbit hole at like midnight and started doing it.
I saw that. I just woke up. Normal wake up to go to work time, and I'm just checking my phone, and I'm like, what the fuck happened on Twitter? It's just all this shit from Will tweeting us those funny Joker dancing videos.
Oh, they were great. Yeah.
Nice, man.
Sorry about that if I woke you
No,
up.
that's okay. No. I sleep with my phone on silent for a reason.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I use Do Not Disturb.
So, speaking of Deadpool, going back to that, in an interview with Entertainment Weekly, Paul Wernick, who's one of the co-writers for Deadpool, confirmed that Marvel has given them the go-ahead to do Deadpool 3 and to make it R-rated.
Oh, good.
So far. And it seems like he kind of went on to say it's, they're going to let us do it. They're going to let us probably make it, but so far, excuse me, it's like a soft, here you guys go, just so, kind of do your thing. So we'll see. But now we kind of know, because we're going to be able to get something probably, because we were wondering for a while what's going to happen with the buyout. But I think we all knew it had to happen, right? This movie makes way too much money, or this franchise makes way too much money.
Is this the first movie that we've heard that's been confirmed to be in production via Fox?
Well, it's not in production. They just got the okay to start.
To proceed.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, because I haven't heard of anything else that's coming out from Fox, 20th Century Fox Productions.
No, because they've mostly just been canceling things.
Yeah.
And most of the stuff they've been doing is all Disney Plus, right?
Yeah.
All the Marvel properties that way. So X-Men, I don't think we're going to get for quite a while. Fantastic Four, I don't think we're going to get for quite a while. Whatever other Fox properties there
At least
were.
3 or 4 years.
I would think at least. Yeah, it's going to be a while.
Okay.
But we are going to get Deadpool. At least that gets to continue on. And I'm going to be pretty curious to see how that happens, because one of the coolest things about Deadpool is that fourth wall break, right? And so now, especially with everything else in Disney or Fox dying, especially X-Men, but Deadpool surviving and now being a different parent company, that's a lot of material for those guys to fuck with.
I could see them running a lot of promotional ads from this, a lot of different things that,
Yeah,
you know, even deal with that issue, you know, straightforward.
But what's Disney going to let them get away with too? That's the thing that makes me nervous about this one, is I don't know if they'd be allowed the same creative control they had previously. But maybe that now that Kevin Feige
I think they
is in
might.
control of that.
Disney also owned Miramax, and that they just like almost all of Quentin Tarantino's movies. So I think they'd let him do what they were doing, just what they were doing under Fox.
We'll find out.
I hope so.
I hope so as well.
What else you got, Jerry?
I have other news. Speaking of cancellations, Cloak and Dagger got canceled.
Yeah, I gave up on that show.
So did I. I only watched like the first 2 or 3 episodes, and it actually seemed okay. I just didn't feel the need to continue watching it.
100%.
I watched the entire first season. My wife actually watched seasons 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
She said it was a little bit like teenagey.
That's exactly what it seemed. And being on a network like Freeform, previously ABC Family, yeah, it almost even seems like low rent CW to me.
Well, and I
Just
think it
tough.
would have done better on the CW, to be honest.
Probably. You're
Yeah.
absolutely right.
But especially because it seems like a lot of their shows that they have now, like, almost appeal more to 20-somethings as opposed to like 17-somethings. And that was a show that was totally aimed at 17-somethings.
17-somethings. Yeah, for sure.
Makes
So,
total sense, yeah.
oh well. It had its run.
It did. It did have its run, and it didn't last. So, shit, I should have done this. Back to Disney Plus. This was just a quick interview that Ewan McGregor.
Oh, I'm gonna, since you're laughing and you ruined it, I'm gonna just spoil it. Apparently, Ewan McGregor knew for a long time that he was going to be doing the Obi-Wan series or an Obi-Wan movie of some sort
For over 4 years.
Yes, for 4 years. He's
Wow.
known about that secret, and he's had to hold it, pretty close to the chest and not say anything. So
It's a long time to hold a secret.
It's just so funny. And they're like, how do you feel about it now? He's like, it's a massive fucking relief that
Yeah.
I can finally talk about it.
I mean, he's kind of preparing for other roles, trying to, adjust his schedule accordingly and everything. That's the relief to be able to talk about what you're going to be working on.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Especially I'm sort of with the sort of what's the disclosure acts they make you sign?
Oh, the NDA, the
NDA,
non-disclosure.
non-disclosure acts. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. I was like, DNA? Nope, that's not right.
Good job, Jerry.
Thank you. So we'll see.
Speaking of Star Wars, the latest trailer, and apparently last trailer before it will debut, occurred and was released, I think last Monday, for The Rise of Skywalker. Did any of you guys see the trailer? What did you guys think?
I've not seen the trailer.
You've not? I watched it a couple times. PK, did you see it?
No, I did not watch the trailer.
Wake up, PK. Okay, Ryan, did you see it?
I've seen it, yeah.
Any thoughts, concerns, theories?
Not at the moment, honestly. I enjoyed what I saw. I saw it once, and I can't recall specifics right now, so it's not super fresh in my mind. My apologies.
No, it's okay. Can I spoil a little bit for PK and Jerry? Do you mind?
Yeah.
Just what happened in the trailer, anyways.
No.
I can't, or you don't mind.
You can't. I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
PK.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, man. I don't care. So it looked like C-3PO was having like his head like jacked into and connected up to the Millennium Falcon. So, and then he's like, I just want to take one last look at my friends. So it looks like C-3PO may die. There were pictures of, was it Rey and a lot of the rebellion kind of type faction riding horses along the top of a Star Destroyer. So something we haven't seen before. That was kind of interesting. Lots of pictures of Star Destroyers rising out of the ice. And these are the old Star Destroyers, not the First Order Star Destroyers. So it seems like there's going to be definitely a kind of almost like rise of the Empire, finality thing. And then also they're just kind of playing up the fact that Palpatine is back somehow, which is okay, fine, whatever. Maybe he did learn how to cheat death like he, hinted at in Revenge of the Sith. But I don't know. It sounds like you guys aren't all that, out there for Star Wars. Do you even care anymore? Is this a franchise that is beyond its prime? Like that is past like people caring about?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, man. I am a little fatigued on the Star Wars. It's a property that's been out for 30, 40 years at this point, and so I'm just like, okay, there's another one coming out. We'll see what happens.
Well, here's my thing. My Star Wars fatigue actually has nothing to do with the amount of properties they have out or the amount of releases that they have out. It's just because nobody hates Star Wars and makes Star Wars worse than Star Wars fans. They're just the cuntiest types of fanboys and girls and
Big C.
everything in between.
Actually,
It's just so annoying, man. And then, I look forward to this movie. I'm going to watch it.
are you going to see it opening weekend?
Probably. Just because, I don't like spoilers.
Yeah.
And so, and it's an event, and I do enjoy I'm still a sucker for going to movies. I like the movie going experience. Yeah. So, yeah.
Are you one of the people that like it when people cheer at movies and clap?
Not really, but I understand it, and that doesn't upset me. I would much rather deal with people cheering during a movie, especially a big release, giggity, like Star Wars, versus them just like chatting.
Like in the middle of the
yeah.
movie. Yeah.
I've had some problems, like when I went to Aquaman, and every time Jason Momoa was on screen shirtless, fat chicks were wooing at him. That gave me I was a little irritated with that. But at Star Wars, at like the end when people clap and stuff, sometimes it's all right, but it does get annoying.
I would have thought you would have been one of the people wooing for Jason Momoa shirtless as well. So
no.
He's a handsome man to me. You don't have to say. You don't have to
Yeah, but I
apologize,
don't
bro.
woo.
PK, what about you?
You're a wooer.
He is a wooer.
You wooed. I woo with you. We're woo bros.
Oh, you're woo. You're woo.
They're part of the Wu-Tang clan.
Ah, well, there it is.
Oh, there it is.
You woos. All right. Well, moving on. Jerry has poured us another beverage tonight. Jerry, what have you poured us?
This is one that I'm pretty excited about, just because of the name. It's just beautiful. It's from Westbrook Brewing Company. This is another one I got out of Tavor. These guys are from South Carolina. It's called Dark Helmet, as in Spaceballs. Dark Helmet. It's absolutely beautiful. It is a German style black lager or a Schwarzbier. Guys, Schwarzbier.
Schwarzbier.
This is brewed with 10% malted rye, and chocolate and carafa malts give this beer its dark color and ludicrously smooth, roasty flavor. May the Schwartz be with you. Now, I would like to say it says store cold and best by 90 days from packaging date on the bottom of the can. I bought this like a month ago from Tavor, and it was packaged on May. So that means on Tavor, it was offered like a month and a half after the can suggested you should open it by.
Weird.
So
Kind of lame.
we might be having a talk, Tavor.
Yeah. We might have to email their people from our people.
Yeah, but what do you got on their website or the Untapped, Vic?
Oh, I just note that their website says pretty much exactly what you just told me. On Untapped, this is sitting at 6% alcohol by volume, 20 IBUs. This has an average rating of 3.75, derived from approximately 12,000 ratings. Yeah.
Now, unfortunately, we ran out of clear cups, so this is out of a red Solo cup. but you can tell when I'm pouring it, it's a black lager. So this beer is just black.
It's just a black beer.
Just a black beer.
We're not gonna fault it for being a black beer. It's okay.
That's not the
They
kind of
prefer the
podcast
term
we are.
African American beer. I think you've told me that enough that I should know.
There you go. Yeah, way to correct it, Will. Like it. Like it.
But I love this. This is super cute. So I'm excited to try it. So what do we got rated wise on Untapped?
This is a 375 on Untappd from 12,000 ratings.
Let me see what I overpaid for it on Tavor because they shipped it to me late. Or had it on their website late, rather.
Yeah, it looks like this was canned May the 3rd, 2019.
So
according to
it's
the
a
can.
pint of them, and it's only $4 each for the pint.
That's actually not bad. Maybe they lowered the price just because.
And it even says, I'll admit it, I'm freaking stoked for fall. So they're starting it right away saying it's beer to be drinking during the fall when it has a spring stamp date on it. You dicks. Anyways,
Moving on. No, this one I love.
We're not mad, really.
Hold on, man. I love the movie Spaceballs.
So
I grew
hard.
up on that movie,
Absolutely.
and just I love the fact that they're referencing this with just so many bits of like the ludicrous beat. Come on, it's my favorite part when they go plaid. It's fantastic.
So
Oh,
it's beautiful.
gosh.
So no matter what, I promise Westbrook, if it seems a little stale or whatever, we won't hold it against you.
No, it's not Westbrook's fault.
No.
And it's not our fault because you got this last week?
Yeah.
Like
Well, it got delivered
within 6 days ago. Right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
exactly. That's when I sent you guys the picture of it. So, yeah, let's see how it goes. Out of this
I'm
red
interested
plastic cup.
because I really like dark lagers. Anybody else have a favorite like black lager, dark lager beer that they like?
The Irish Death for me.
Irish Death. I
is
mean,
where
it's
at.
a dark, strong ale, but yeah.
Session does a pretty good black lager that I wasn't.
Oh,
mad at.
they do. That is a hidden gem. That is
Yeah.
actually like won awards before.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you can find the Session black lager, it's incredible beer for the price too.
This beer is still really good.
This beer is
it?
It
fantastic.
does
Tasty,
not taste
yeah.
spoiled. It's been so I at least think it's been stored well. It's been stored well here for the whole week. It's been sitting at least. It smells really good. You kind of get that malt. I do get a little bit of chocolate, a little bit of
Oh.
coffee.
Mhm.
It's got still got good bubblage, good carbonation.
It's crisp
to
and
it.
clean.
So, yeah, all right, I can handle
Mm.
that. So I can dig this. This is still pretty dang good.
Nice job, Jerry. This is a good pick.
Oh, there's no way I could pass this up. Come on, you give me a beer called Dark Helmet
Yeah.
with a fucking picture of it.
It's like shut up and take my money.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh, this was one where I'm like, do I order more than 2? Almost did
And you paid $4 on Untappd per can.
per can.
Was there a quantity?
2. You had to
Yeah,
buy 2,
had to
so
buy two.
$8.
$8, but
Oh,
that's
I would-
32 ounces. I mean,
$4 for this. I would happily pay $4 for this every time. I would have paid $6 for this.
I'm trying to
every
think of
time.
like a 32 ounce, half growler fill or even a crowler fill, if you will.
Mhm.
And I mean, $8 for this? Are you kidding me? That's a steal.
Absolutely,
That's a
good
great price.
Because of the name, I like that it's at 6%, 20 IBUs, low, drinkable as fuck. A lot of profile and flavor and personality for a lager. Maybe it's because it's the Schwartz beer, but I dig it. I'm gonna give this a 3.75. I think. You know what? I'm gonna give it a 4.
Ooh, with an upgrade.
I'm going to join you right there, Jerry. 4.0 for me as well.
Really?
Yep. This thing's just good. Just uptown goodness.
Town goodness.
Yeah, you stole the words right out of my mouth. I'd come up with a 4 before you'd mention it. So 4 for me as well.
Really?
Fantastic.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hello.
Look at that. Gulpability is just amazing, crazy.
Very gulpability.
Yeah.
Yeah, redrinkability, definitely drunkability because it is roasty. It's got a lot of, like I said, personality, but it doesn't seem super sweet or sugary.
This is something that you can both sip and like kind of guzzle if you wanted to.
Sure.
Oh, easily. Yeah.
So, what do you rate it, Paula?
4.0.
Ooh, wee!
What's up with that?
What's up with that? So, add it to the list. Brewnomics recommended, y'all.
Heck yeah. That looks good on paper. Love this beer. Thank you, Jerry.
Yeah, man. Solid pick.
TYG.
Excellent job, Westbrook.
Excellent job. Absolutely excellent job.
Did you have maybe one more piece of news?
I do
before
only
we break?
have one more piece of news,
Okay.
actually.
Real quick.
And it's an update on the Wonder Woman movie.
Wonder Woman 1984 is the title of that, I believe, right?
Correct.
Yes. And Patty Jenkins tweeted, there's a new villain in the movie, which I'm kind of excited to see.
This is in addition to Cheetah.
Correct. This is Maxwell Lord.
Oh.
Yeah, which is a pretty...
I'm unfamiliar.
Probably not, actually. He's one of those villains that I think a lot of people are aware of that they aren't aware of. Maxwell Lord is a genius billionaire playboy philanthropist.
So he's Batman and Iron Man.
He's a huge backer of the Justice League. He was for a very long time. But the whole thing was just a scam so he could get in, try and penetrate the Justice League and take them apart from inside. Very intelligent, very rich as fuck, and also slightly a telepath too. So he's going to be added, and I think he's going to be a big aspect of it, and played by Pedro Pascal, who I really like.
I love Pedro Pascal.
I think he's a very good actor. So I'm pretty intrigued to see what this Wonder Woman movie's kind of adding up to be. And I really like the idea, especially being 1984, of Pedro Pascal playing a greasy 80s billionaire.
It's going to be awesome.
Yes, please. I hope he has just some ridiculous Latino pencil mustache or something on there. I don't know. But he's so good, man. I really like him. And he can take that machismo kind of Rico Suave 80s over the top, whatever, to the limit.
And we definitely saw that in the Kingsman 2, man. He fucking nailed it.
Well,
in
and
that
in
movie.
Game of Thrones, he was so good in Game of Thrones too.
Nice.
So yeah, I think that's an awesome addition. This is going to be an interesting one. So he's a really good choice. I cannot tell you how intrigued. I don't know if I've ever been so intrigued to see what a villain take is going to be, like Kristen Wiig playing Cheetah.
That's going to be interesting.
So crazy. Just Kristen Wiig in general to play a villain, because she's so funny and she seems genuinely so sweet. And I don't think she's ever played a mean character in a movie or a skit before. So I'm just quite interested to see how this is going to go. I really look forward to it. And I liked, for the most part, the Wonder Woman movie. I kind of hated the end and how Ares was in that CGI clusterfuck, but overall the movie was really good. Gal Gadot's a phenomenal Wonder Woman. That trench sequence is one of the badass action scenes in DC comic book movies.
Also the warehouse scene too.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll see.
I wonder if they're going to have Kristen Wiig. They're going to show her before her transformation, just so that you get that kind of contrast.
I've already seen screenshots of it.
Okay, cool.
So you kind of see her before. I haven't seen her after her transformation, but I have seen her before. So it already kind of shows you're going to see what she looks like before.
I would hope that
she transforms.
How it sounds, yeah.
Exactly.
When she becomes Cheetah.
That's the sound of her growing fur. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun. Well, guys,
Speaking of, I was gonna save this. I guess I could.
Let it out, man.
For
I feel like
our what are we watching, reading, doing segment at the end. But I watched the Wonder Woman Bloodlines movie, the new animated DC one.
Oh yeah, is that on the app or did you find it elsewhere?
I found it elsewhere.
Cool.
It should be on the
cool.
app soon. It usually the DC app takes a month or two before it's available on there usually. It was a lot of fun. It was done really well. Rosario Dawson is just a great voice for Wonder Woman. She really is. It was a good story. They brought in a lot of really good Wonder Woman mythology as well as the Greek mythology on top of that. So it was a fun take. So if you guys get a chance to get a hold and watch the new Wonder Woman Bloodlines DC animated movie, highly recommend it.
Even the first Wonder Woman animated movie that they came out with.
It was
That
good.
That was great too.
It really was. Like DC usually knocks it out of the park when it comes to their animated movies. So, and they did not disappoint with this one. You guys got anything else before we take a quick break?
You guys see the Bloodshot trailer?
Oh yeah, let's talk about that.
Oh, this is the project with Vin Diesel, right?
The Variant Comics
Yeah.
done by
Valiant.
Sony Movies.
I've only heard about it. I haven't seen anything.
Polly,
Please.
can you, without the trailer, can you describe the character, the comic to us in like a nutshell? Like
Bloodshot?
a little Wikipedia
Little-
paragraph, a little Reader's Digest version, if you will.
Little cliff note for you.
Yeah.
Okay, Bloodshot, soldier who was killed. He was given a shit ton of nanites that really repair his body and everything else within him to make him, superhuman. And he has a lot of strength, yada, yada, yada. He's known for having white skin, like, just pure white skin with a big old red old circle on his chest, which all the nanites come from. This is the basics you need to know about Bloodshot. Marksman, kicks ass.
Right, the nanites make him stronger, faster,
Exactly.
more
As you think
durable,
it
can
would.
regenerate.
Well, he
All
was
the- All
they
the
give him
things
healing
blood
powers,
nanites would
right?
do, exactly. Yeah.
As you would. The Valiant Universe is fucking amazing. Trailer, it's just Vin Diesel. It's like 55-year-old Vin Diesel. Not even white skinned.
Just straight up Vin Diesel in a black shirt.
Yeah, it's Toretto, but he's a superhero now. Like, he got his powers.
His eyes have like a quick red glare to him.
Exactly. In the
Almost.
comics, it's just all Bloodshot, red,
Mhm.
Bloodshot. And it's just a Hollywood flick, is what it looks like, like
And-
the popcorn people.
Most upsettingly is the trailer was just a 2-minute cut version of the movie. Again, it just committed the cardinal sin of movies, or movie trailers rather, and just spoiled the whole goddamn movie and told you exactly what you were fucking getting into. Like, now there's literally no reason for me to watch this movie. I was kind of excited at first to see what our first real kind of variant comic book movie release was going to be, especially since I've never read Bloodshot. Is it not the first?
Valiant.
No, Valiant is, yeah.
I said
not-
Variant.
Yeah, that's why I was like,
Variant is a
YouTube.
comic book channel.
yes.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for telling me, because me being one against major spoilers
Yeah.
and trailers, I will now avoid this.
So
because
it-
I want to enjoy it.
And that's a good thing. If you do have any intention to watch this movie, or eventually might, and you're like that and hate the spoilery trailers, I would recommend avoiding this one.
Well, the guy from Bat in the Sun, that director, that kid, he had his own little mini-verse that he created with the Valiant Universe. He made Ninjak. He made
What is it, Aaron Schonke or something? Is that his name?
Exo Man of War armor, and he had Jason David Frank as Bloodshot. It looked pretty badass.
Yeah, it's
It's all
it's an hour and 12-minute short film essentially that it's available on YouTube. Bat in the Sun just put it out, so definitely check that out.
Oh fuck, that's right. I had watched that. I didn't realize. I totally forgot about that. Thanks for the reminder.
Mhm.
Yeah, we'll have to get into that.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
cool.
haven't seen it, but I plan to watch it.
And the kid just stays true to the comics. He really captures your attention, and it's not just about. I mean, there's hot ladies in action, but and nerd logic. So he does it really well.
Good.
Cool.
Usually, champion.
So I don't know if you watch it or something, Paula, and you say
I
it's
will.
worth watching. I'll wait for it to go to the cheap theaters or pop up on Amazon or Netflix or something and watch it.
It's kind of funny. I think that Vin Diesel's, he's not. This is what his first proper comic book character that he will be portraying. Because he's Groot, but all he does is
right.
say Groot.
Well, is that a comic book?
No, it's not. I believe that is
Like
in
an
its
actual
own-
novel,
Yeah.
sort of
Yeah.
thing. Okay, I wasn't sure. I like how Vin Diesel is one of the richest, least diverse actors on the planet. Vin Diesel has never been anything but Vin Diesel.
It's true.
It's true.
The only
Triple X.
person, the
is
only
Vin
person
Diesel.
that beats him is The Rock, except maybe not, because at least The Rock can Get Shorty. He was different in that one.
True story.
I
He was,
forgot
So-
the Rock was.
he was the Iron Giant, though, right? Vin Diesel.
Yeah, he lends his voice to a lot of characters, which works
That's
out really
true.
well. But I mean, honestly, Vin Diesel is
Triple
playing
X.
Vin Diesel in any movie. Fast and the Furious, Dominic Toretto. It's Vin Diesel.
Exactly.
Cast
And The Rock always plays The Rock, but he's got way more charisma than Vin Diesel.
that smile, dude.
Exactly. And
Just
that
thinking
eyebrow.
Moana.
You're welcome.
It's a great song.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You guys got anything else before we take a quick break now? Because I've been drinking a lot of beer.
I'm good.
Enough said.
Okay.
Go ahead and listen to this ad, and hopefully you'll learn something more, maybe even about yourself. Talk to you in a bit. Cheers, Brew Crew.
Did you like wave and whatever?
Hi, Martin.
It's blowing up. What is going
Okay. All right. Cool.
So we're going to come back with our I tap that. I tap that. Tap that. Tap that.
You tap that. I tap that. You
From
tap that.
Payette. Wet and Wilder.
We're not. Are we live?
Well, you're live on these.
Oh, hi.
So, yeah.
Yeah,
Who's going to bring us back?
I can if you want.
William do it.
What was the payout you have, Jared?
The Payette Wet and Wilder.
Wet and Wilder.
Paula, do you mind if I shoot it to you to tell us about our I Tap That segment? And then also, Jerry, do you want to pour beforehand? Because I would like a can to hold as I bring us back.
I bet you would, man.
You can have my cock to hold in its place if you want.
No, it doesn't take up the same amount of space.
No, it's longer, but not quite as girthy.
Yeah, I'll just hold this pen.
That's also not the same.
Probably closer.
No.
Ooh-wee. All right. Well, are you folks done measuring dicks? You good? Cool. All right. All right. So Will's bringing us back. Sounds good.
Yes, I'll pour fucking one of them for Captain Whiny Pants here.
Thank you. I mean, you still get the pop crisp of the other one opening.
Pop chips.
Number one food snack in the land.
It's a cereal taste that you eat with your hand.
Pop chips, you're delicious. You got 60% less fat than potato chips.
You guys don't know that one? Weird. All right.
That should totally be our ad. Please, I hope you were recording.
It was on YouTube. Yeah.
You could pull the audio from that then.
Yeesh. All right. Thank you, sir.
All right, just count me down. I'm ready.
All right. So, just so you guys are aware, at 1 hour and 20 minutes, I'm just going to do this. It means we have about 10 minutes left. We'll just probably start wrapping things up. Okay?
Jazz hands.
Cool.
Yeah, jazz.
Jazz hands.
Just wait for takeout.
I have a better idea.
What's
10 minutes? Grab this and just chuck it at Will's face.
Okay, cool. All right. So, you guys all know at that point that we got 10 minutes left. Will's
Want to
going
know how I got these scars?
My friend, throw this bottle opener at me.
And it was one that it was based on my design for the show. Yeah, screw you. We're good. Bring us back.
What the fuck is happening?
Dude, I've been wondering the same thing. I've been looking at your headphones for a while and I've noticed that.
Is there something wrong with it?
Yeah, they're like cracked. They're bending weird.
Like they're bending this way.
What the fuck?
What
What did you do to them?
Nothing, bro. I put them on. That's what happened.
I think if you
so powerful.
if you like reverse the extension to the other side, I wonder if it would hold a little bit better on your head.
Oh, that makes me sad.
You know,
Yeah.
because you push that side in and extend
no.
the other side so that way the bridge is
I
on the
can't.
opposite end.
No, it's all jacked up. I need a new set of headphones. It's all fucked up.
Do we still have the box?
Yeah.
I wonder if it got a warranty on there.
Yeah, we'll talk.
It wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't. They weren't that much, but still.
No. Yeah, it's fucked. All right. Okay, here we go. Coming back in. Yeah, that's why it's all jacked up. I can't. Okay. Coming back in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back, Brew Crew, to the second half of our show on Brewnomics. We are going to start with our I Tap That series. We're going to be featuring the Payette Wet and Wilder. It is a Chinook wet hop ale. Paula, would you please explain what the I Tap That segment is to any of our new listeners?
All right. Well, the segment is about us showcasing a Idaho beer. that we found. It's a beer that we had judged upon to see if we would actually want to put it within a pony keg or a regular keg. But it has to be that good. Three out of the four of us have to agree on this for really just to have an effect on it. And it's been a wet and wild ride.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So this beer, it is a wet hop ale, which is also known as kind of a fresh hop ale. This was bottled or canned rather on 9/11/2019. It has been refrigerated, so it has been kept fresh and cold. But on the back of the can, it says ABV 5.5%. IBUs are fresh, right? It's getting all up in it. And it's Idaho hopped from Payette Brewing Company. We are conveniently located close to one of the best hop growing regions in the world. We source our wet hops from Gooding Farms Inc. in Wilder, Idaho. Colorado. I almost said Colorado. Wilder, Idaho. The hops are cut in the field hours before they are put in a brew, as fresh as you can get. So the hops are Chinook, and it's going to have a citrus and pine aroma. Again, this is from Gooding Farms. So yeah, this is kind of going to be featured not only in our I Tap That segment, but it's also going to fall into our fresh hop beer segment as well that we've been featuring throughout the month of October, which is fresh hop season.
And this may or may not be the last one. There might only be one or two left,
Yeah.
if any.
This I picked up actually from Winco, and I got it at a killer deal. It was only $6.50 a six pack.
No doubt.
I think because they were trying to kind of push it a little bit and get rid of it. And yeah, I had one of these last week. Again, it's been refrigerated as far as I know, at least at the store. And then, the only time it wasn't refrigerated was in my car on the way home. Since then, I've kept it in my fridge and I've had it maybe a week. So it was good last time I had it, I think last Thursday. Yeah, sounds about right. But we'll see what everybody thinks of it here on the show. Happy to feature it, Payette.
Fucking refreshing.
Oh yeah, you already had some?
Yeah, I had a sip.
Cool.
I wet my dick.
Nice.
It's nice to have a wet dick. Yeah.
It just feels good sometimes.
Come on, stop it.
We are getting wet and wilder, Jerry. What do you think of this beer?
Oh, I haven't tried it yet. Let me see. It looks like a ale. It looks like a beer. Smells like a beer.
It's not a pale ale. It's not an India pale ale. It's just a wet hop ale.
Ooh, it's very drinkable. Very smooth. A little malty.
Mm-hmm.
A little hoppy. Surprisingly malty for a fresh hop beer. But it does have a nice aroma to it. I like this beer.
It's very clean.
Yeah, it is. That's a good word for it. Very clean beer.
It's a clean beer. Yeah, absolutely. I'd agree with that.
Vic, do we have anything on Untapped on this?
Yeah, man.
What do we got?
No, you want
Yes,
to
please.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, please. Not just if we have something. What do we have?
Good. Yeah. So yeah, 5.5% alcohol by volume. No IBUs, as you had stated. This beer uses fresh hops. This beer is rated at a 3.64 on Untapped, and that comes from approximately 1,080 ratings. Yeah.
Jerry, what do you think?
I think it's a 3.5 worthy beer. It's very good. It's very clean. It's very smooth. It's very drinkable. I would drink it again. And are you saying if we tap it or not?
Yes.
I tap it. I totally tap it.
Okay.
I enjoy this, especially with the fresh hop, kind of get it while you can. Especially at that price you said, all day drinkability. Not bad at all. Good job, Payette.
For the record, if a beer is tapped, it needs a 70% or better consensus from the members on the cast of that episode. So in this case, it would need 3 out of the 4.
Correct.
We need dramatic music playing during this.
Yeah, like the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire or something, That'd be good.
I was going to go with the Yoshi theme song, but okay. Yeah, no, I was going to say I
I want to hear what the Yoshi theme song was.
It'd be awesome. Yeah.
Okay.
So this beer, I would rate this beer a 3.5 as well. I think this beer is really decent at 5.5% alcohol by volume. It does really well for itself. I like the wet hop element to it. It definitely brings a nice texture to the beer as well. Very smooth, very, very drinkable. So I would definitely tap this beer as well. Good job, Pam. Good job.
I'm going to give this a 3.5 also. We are in complete unison. I feel like this is actually a good beer to have for somebody that is starting to get into pale ales and IPAs. Just because it is so clean, it is fresh, it has a good malt balance, and the finish isn't overly bitter. Yeah, 3.5.
I'm going out and buying a 6-pack immediately.
If you could, yeah,
Yeah,
please.
if I can find it. Super tasty. Like it a lot. Like I said, it's refreshing. And because of that, and that I can drink more of it. And I think it's just refreshing because, you know, it's getting warmer. I've been drinking darker beers now because of it. Or colder, I'm drinking darker beers because of it. So something just a little bit lighter is really nice. 3.75. I Kager.
I would kick her as well. So this is getting tapped. Good job, Payat Brewing. Thank you so much.
Yeah, makes it pretty easy. Nicely done.
And with that, we're going to move on to our main topic, which is something I kind of came up with the other day. So we're going to go with, you know, scenes from non-horror movies that scared us as kids, or even just stuff that scared us as kids. So like whether that be, you know, the dark, you know, the forest at night, or stuff under our bed. And with that,
I didn't know we were going that deep. I thought this was purely movies and TV.
We decided to expand it in case somebody had a mind blank, you know, or couldn't come up with something in a specific scene. But
Okay.
that's there if they need it. If not,
you
know, we tried to focus more on the movies.
I just didn't get that memo, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
I was told that you had enough.
It's fine.
Okay.
Well,
It's fine.
I guess fucking start it off then.
You're looking at me? All right, fine. All right. My first one that I always got freaked out at, and I will not watch this movie ever again. And I think I watched it maybe once when I was, I don't know, 6, 7, was E.T., where E.T.
Really?
Yeah, dude, that movie was creepy. It creeped the fuck out of me. And I don't swear that often. Like when Elliot gets sick, you know, and they're kind of like running tests on him, and I just see him in that like isolation chamber, and he's got like all of those wires, you know, linked up to him, and he's yelling and screaming, and it's like trying to pull the wires off of him as they think like ET is dying or something, because they're trying to break the connection that he has with him. And of course, ET's not dying, but dude, that whole thing just messed me up, man. Like, I do not like hospitals or airborne viruses or anything else like that. And to see a kid in the hospital, like freaking the hell out again, then also just, yeah, ET as a character is gross. I don't like him. So that creeped me out. I did not like that movie at all. I don't even give it a star. Like Steven Spielberg can just go home and work on whatever else he wants to work on. E.T. was stupid and messed up.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Strong opinion.
Huh.
I don't care if it's related to the Star Wars universe or not. E.T. is a bad movie.
Huh.
The only thing good that we got out of it was the fact that, what was it? The girl.
Drew Barrymore?
Yeah, Drew Barrymore was in it as a kid, which also apparently messed her up quite a bit. But I'm glad that, you know, she became an actress because she's a nice person.
All right. Controversial hot take from William on
at that.
E.T.
Look at that.
Intriguing, yeah.
I've
Do
never
not
seen the
like
movie.
Crazy. What? Sorry.
Yeah, screw you.
Never seen the movie. Yeah.
We're going to edit that out.
Nope. Keep it in. I apologize to everybody with headphones, though, except for Paula. You've never seen E.T.?
Nope.
All right.
Yikes.
Well, you know what's on your to-do list.
I watch it?
Yeah,
I
you
think
should.
so. I
I
absolutely
think
think
it's
so.
It's an iconic piece of
I
of a cinema history. I
I
think.
strongly disagree with Will's opinion.
Okay.
For the record.
I will say,
All right.
Paula, that you need to go watch that. Just if anything, because it's a giant hole within your realm of pop culture.
So I'll give you one, even though you just threw out this rule of non-horror movies, which I don't remember being a rule, but I'm breaking it because fuck you. That's why. Hey, Will. Fuck you.
Yeah, that's an old callback.
But I'm talking about Night of the Living Dead, the original 1968.
That's an old school movie, buddy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it really freaked me out big time. I watched it way too early. I was like 5 when I saw this. And just that original "They're coming to get you, Barbara" scene with whatever the brother's name and Barbara. And then he gets his head all smashed and eaten. And it was kind of my first real introduction to horror movies and scary movies. And it gave me a stupid irrational fear of cemeteries for way longer than I care to admit. But then now looking back on it, it's a phenomenal movie for a lot of reasons, a very historical movie. But at first, it just freaked me the fuck out.
No, I mean, as it should have. It was a horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's interesting to know. I didn't know that you were at a fear of cemeteries like that.
I did.
Okay.
Yeah. I used to, my first job, I rode my bike too in high school at like 3 a.m. And there's a cemetery right by it. And sometimes if I were feeling extra chicken shit, I'd ride like 1.5 miles out of the way just to avoid riding by it. But then I got over it. And then enough friends died and I went to enough funerals. I'm like, well, nothing's happened yet.
Bum, bum, bum.
Get it.
So, yeah, I did for a long time. That was just a really strange fear. Anyways, Paula, what about you?
I never liked cemeteries, man, for the longest time. Mainly because of Pet Cemetery. So
that was a creepy
It didn't have to
movie.
deal with like human cemeteries for the longest time because it was like Pet Cemetery. Anyway, mine is from a show you guys might know. It's called Salute Your Shorts.
Salute Your Shorts.
Okay.
I love this reference.
You have my attention.
Isn't that
sir.
like a camp show?
Camp Onawana.
It was on Nickelodeon way back in the 90s.
About a
It's titled
summer
Pete
camp.
and Pete and
So I remember this being
Action
a
Week now.
comedy.
yeah.
Okay, so what am I not forgetting?
But it was that era, though. Like I said, like with Pete and Pete, it was just there was a lot of like heart, and there was a lot of drama too with the comedy, and it was very sad at some points,
And apparently scary.
and apparently scary. Yes. And Salute Your Shorts, they had a particular episode where it was sort of like the
It was a
urban
Halloween
legend.
episode.
Yeah, a Halloween urban legend.
Okay.
And Zeke the plumber was a guy who had served in some faraway country. I can't remember where.
Probably Cambodia.
Probably Cambodia. He got his nose bitten off by a parrot.
Yes.
That's key.
That's cute.
Probably not Cambodia.
Yeah. Well, I think people got them.
Chile.
Chile. And
Brazil.
Brazil. He ends up working as a janitor at Camp Onawana, in the way back when. For some reason, he's digging a hole and he hits a gas line. He can't smell it. And for another reason, he lights a match. We don't know why.
I think it was because he couldn't see something, like some kind of light went
He
out.
couldn't see something. Zeke died. Zeke blew up, essentially. All he had left was his plumber. The haunted plumber.
The plunger.
Because he was Zeke the plumber. And legend has is that he's kind of like a Freddy Krueger, if you will. He can kind of invade your dreams. He would make fun of you of your fears. Like he was a real asshole.
Mm-hmm.
And the way he looked was like the neighbor from Home Improvement.
Ed? No.
Ed? No.
Wilson.
Yeah.
But like a loose face and black eyes. That was Zeke the plumber.
Why did I say Ed?
But at the same time, like I want to say that the mask that whatever character was that was depicting this on the show, like the skin of the mask was like bright teal because it was like toilet bowl cleaner blue or something like that.
I do not.
It was stained
remember
that,
this.
right?
I
Isn't
watched
right?
that show. I have no recollection.
Same
That
thing.
was Zeke
I
the
watched
Plumber?
that show a lot too, and I have no recollection of this.
Dude, I hear you, PK. I remember Zeke the plumber, and it was the way that the mouth
use the
moved
wrong
and
words.
like the blackness of the eyes that made it scary. or just kind of creepy, like kind
very
of like
creepy.
yeah,
Well,
just
especially if you're in
unnerving.
like what, the 4th or 5th grade or whatever we were in at that time.
Well, it was that time too. Like when
Yeah.
they said they want to make it scary, but good enough for kids, they made it scary. Like it fucked
They
you up.
really did, because I remember like the 2 big ones at that time that did it. And I don't know if this segues into anything you guys have or not, but Goosebumps and Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Yep.
They were for kids,
Yep,
but
yep.
they could be freaky as fuck,
Oh.
man.
Oh, yeah.
Segue.
Yeah.
Erie, Indiana.
Oh, sure.
Oh yeah, good callback.
That was a good one.
That was scary.
Yeah.
Go on, talk about it a little bit more.
That's all I got.
Erie, Indiana was a show way back in the day.
I don't know what that
And
is.
the town of Erie was the
Do I know
exact
what it
same
is?
shape as the Bermuda Triangle. Like it was a weird kind of isosceles triangle, and just a lot of freaky stuff happened in Erie, apparently. And
Maybe I do.
they made a show of it, and it kind of had like one main star who kind of like would just go around and like witness all of the different weird stuff that happened.
Okay.
It was kind of fun. I think it only lasted a season.
Do you have anything for us, Vic?
Erie, Indiana wise or scary movie wise?
Scary
things that scared
wise.
you.
Oh, sure. Yeah, this was super hard for me, guys. Like I think I was telling you earlier, I was really having to think back, like, and it took a lot of creative discussion to get to the point that I did, and I landed on Gremlins, the movie. This movie freaked me out as a kid, and it was mostly the ornate design of the puppets of the Gremlins and the weird like enlargement of the Mogwai when the Mogwai was like got fed after midnight or whatever, and it had all these bubbles just bubbling up on the skin. It was just like the weird creative direction of the photography that freaked me out as a kid, and then like the dramatic like licensing that they did with the Gremlins, like singing and dancing and like with this dragon like face, dude. It like freaked me out a little bit as a kid. I did not appreciate that.
Yeah, they liked Snow White.
Yeah, it was bizarre.
No, and Gremlins had I'm right there with you,
Yeah,
man.
because
That
like
was same
Like-
thing, because we were young when that. Well, I actually think that movie might be older than we
It came
are.
out in 1984.
yeah, it's
So
older
it is
than
older than we are.
Yeah.
It's
But-
older than I am.
That was the thing, that those movies kept circulating for a long time, especially around then, because movies didn't come out with the frequency like they did. So
Mhm.
they had a lot more staying power, and Gremlins was one that did, and that freaked out a lot of kids.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Well, I mean, it was this thing, like you had like this gremlin with like red lipstick on, and like there was this, it was like moving
From the
and,
high heels and
yeah.
the
like getting
boa scarf or
married,
whatever.
and there was this human like attracted to it, and I was like, what in the fuck is going on here? I have zero understanding, and I am freaked the fuck out, especially because there's just these dragon like angular features of these gremlins and like the oily architecture of the skin, like this greasiness, like it was a weird realism that I wasn't prepared for when I watched it. And I think I was like 8 at the time, and I was like, fuck this, fuck you, I'm out. I'm out. It was the kind of movie where you watch and you like check under your bed, like, are you there? You're not there. I think you're there. Fuck you. Fuck you.
It was also like the cuddliness of the Mogwai that turned into the gremlin. It was like, how can something so cute turn into something so
Right?
scary?
Mogwai, aka Furbies.
Mhm. Well, here's the interesting
Let's be
thing.
real, that's exactly what they look like.
Mogwai is like Cantonese for demon or
Yeah.
devil. Which
Oh,
is,
really?
Which is the direct translation for it, which is fucking scary as fuck. I didn't know that till an hour ago, and it freaked me out.
Just learning, still learning things.
Exactly. And then, yeah, it spawned multiple movies after that, which was fucking nuts. Like, yeah, it was a scary movie. Didn't like it.
I got a couple quick callbacks. We also posed this question out to like some of my coworkers and stuff, and a couple of them that they said I definitely had as well. So I'm just going to shoot through these real quick.
Okay.
So Roger Rabbit, where Judge Doom,
Chris
like-
Elliott's eyes.
yeah,
That's
he's revealed to be, and he transforms into a murderous cartoon.
Mhm.
His eyes pop out of his head, and his voice talks just like this.
Oh, and Christopher Lloyd
Yeah,
outed
Lloyd.
himself as the Attoon. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that got a little nuts.
And then, because he's always been very careful around the dip and everything, like that was kind of a freaky thing, like in his eyes, flashing back and forth.
No, that's a great pick.
Yeah.
So that was the first thing that came up, not only for me, but also for my coworkers. The second one was Large Marge.
from
From
Pee-wee's
Pee-wee's
A Big Adventure.
I say Large Marge, and you immediately know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah.
Because that specific scene was just weird. I mean, that turned me off from ever picking up a hitchhiker, as well as ever trying to hitchhike anywhere. I'll just get a cab. Like, I'll pay for it. Like, I will plan in advance because I don't want to get into a truck with anybody.
That's a great thing about Lyft. I'm like, I see your face. I have your license plate number. I can share your profile with my friends.
Like,
Large
essentially, Large Marge, like Pee-wee gets into this truck as he's hitchhiking, trying to save his bike, and for whatever reason, Large Marge just transforms into this claymation creature thing with bugged out eyes and like spazzes at him, and it is kind of a moment in the movie that comes out of nowhere. And
Oh yeah,
it's one of those. It's almost like a pop scare, like a jump scare kind of a thing for you, but just it almost had no place in that movie. But there it was, and the way that they did the claymation and the frame rate on it was just off. It was off from the rest of the movie, and it is very unsettling.
Yes, good pick, man. Yeah, it was super nuts.
Yeah.
Because you think you're in for it's gonna be a Pee-wee movie, and then you see that shit, you're like, what the fuck is this?
another one that pops up a lot. And I don't know if you got this, but when I was talking to people, this one got brought up quite a bit. Was the Willy Wonka boat scene? The original back in
Yes, that did come
1971. Yeah, that one comes up a lot too. Just with like the weird trippy colors and how intense Gene Wilder gets with that. Yeah, that freaked out for generations a lot of people, and it still gets a lot of mention.
Well, and there was like close up pictures of like bugs and like beetles and like things crawling over each other, and yeah, just Gene Wilder's monologue that he has. There's like, there's no way that we can knowing and stuff like that. It's just very off-putting.
It's phenomenal.
It was
that
a
freaked
beautiful
out
sequence.
It
Yeah.
really was. So yeah, I got to get a shout out to that bit.
The only other little thing that I had from other people kind of, informing us of stuff that kind of freaked them out was the acid trip elephants. And this happened both in Winnie the Pooh and Dumbo.
And
I don't know
didn't
what
it happen-
Disney was doing back then, but elephants for them, like wireframe elephants.
And Fantasia. Didn't it happen in Fantasia too?
There were elephants, but they
Not
were
to this
dancing,
trippy level.
not to this trippy level.
Uh-huh.
But it was scary and freaky. Like it would scare, a 1-year-old that was supposed to be watching a nice Winnie the Pooh movie easily. I mean, Dumbo's kind of a
Especially
effed
that
up movie
Dumbo
to
scene.
begin with.
Right. Oh, that's for sure.
So
Pretty racist.
yeah, I mean that alone. But yeah, just that was another one that people definitely said messed them up. So
Interesting.
PK, do you got anything else?
Mine again is from another TV show. It's actually from a cartoon this time. It is from the Powerpuff Girls. It is the villain, him.
Oh God, him is so
He's
creepy.
eerie, yeah.
So creepy.
So I am unfamiliar. Can you describe
Him?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's literally the representation of like the devil in that universe. He has a tutu. He has like knee-high boots.
Tall,
It's like a Santa
androgynous.
belt. Yeah.
But he's got a tutu.
Is androgynous, right? So
Okay.
that's the thing about him. A really high pitched voice. These beautiful red pert lips.
Slick hair.
I
though,
wish I
yeah.
could do a him voice. Hi, Powerpuff Girls.
But it's always in an echo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got that creepy echo chamber voice.
He's almost
Nuts, man.
like an evil Mixelplixer, like a Mixelplix,
Mhm.
like a more evil Mixelplix.
True evil. Yeah, him is a fucked up, creepy
And it was
villain.
just, every time he came on to the episode, dude, it was eerie. It's like as a child, you're like, I'm tripping balls almost because of it.
I thought for sure when you said animated, you were just going to say anything from Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Damn, dropped the ball there, didn't he?
Wow.
Yeah, like dropped the mic.
Right.
That's a reference.
That's a
That was
great
a terrifying
reference.
show
Jesus.
in general. That was a great one. And it had a lot of legitimately creepy moments. Anyways, but that's not it. I just randomly thought of that one. Sorry.
I like it.
Sorry.
The only other thing that I ever really found creepy as a kid growing up from a movie that just kind of it took me a little bit off was from a movie called Little Monsters. This is with Fred Savage
And Howie Mandel.
Yep. And essentially in this movie, monsters are under your bed. And in this case, they want to kidnap you and take you underneath your bed, which is a giant portal to another world. And when you're in this world, it is kind of like the land of whatever you want. And when you're there, you don't realize it, but this world is slowly transforming you into one of the monsters. And so Fred Savage's character notices like that he is 3 inches shorter one day. And, because he keeps going back underneath to the underworld, right? And the thing that creeped me out was the probably like main bad villain of this show, which was the guy named Boy. And Boy looked normal. He looked human until the camera panned around behind Boy and revealed that there was a monster on like the back of his head. And it basically said that, or implied that Boy was corrupt from the inside out. And so his monster was on the inside and like who he was and how corrupt he was.
Yeah.
And that just freaked me out, man, when I was little, that, monsters exist under your bed and want to take you down there and make you one of them and initiate you and kidnap you. And yeah, that was kind of scary.
I like that. That's a good pick. I remember that. That was a really good movie. I
totally
enjoyed
aimed
that
at kids
one
too.
a lot. But yeah, no, you're right. I haven't thought about that movie in a long time.
Yeah, man.
Good pick. Good, solid pick. All right, I'll give you my last one then, since we're here. From 1998, one of probably my favorite movie as a kid, Willow.
Oh,
Willow.
Yeah,
I
a
heard they're
George
trying to
Lucas
remake that.
movie. Yeah.
yeah, but go ahead, Willow. Yes.
I hope not. This is a hard one to explain. It's a super fantasy movie. Really outlandish, but it's got a great cast. Willow is a little person,
It's a halfling.
a peck. In this movie, he's also a sorcerer, trying to be a sorcerer. In this village, he's a farmer, and this little baby rolls up in the river to him, and they find him, and it's a magic. I got it. Trying to explain the plot of this movie to people that haven't seen it.
They're
is
like,
a
what the
challenge.
heck are you on, man?
Have all of you guys seen Willow?
Yeah.
A long time ago.
Yeah.
Mhm. But mostly, the whole point is he gets this baby. The baby's a normal sized baby, and he's a
It's
little
a human
person.
baby.
And he has to essentially get it to this famous sorceress to lift this curse off the baby and take out this oppressive evil witch queen, whatever. Along the way, he finds Mad Mardigan, a character played by Val Kilmer, and Mad Mardigan's pretty much the greatest warrior of all time in this. And if this were an era, I guess you could say medieval times. Really?
It's very much
around
Lord
there.
of the Rings.
Kinda. Yeah, it's not like a real time frame, but there was a scene where at first they think they get to this woman's castle, who's the one that's supposed to kind of protect them, protect this baby, help the prophecy, and nobody's there, but or they've all been taken out. But then they get attacked by these creepy fucking like troll things. And they're these weird black furry, I don't even know how to explain them, but mostly it was the way they crawled up and down these bridges and attacked Willow, and you immediately feel for Willow because he's a little one, but it was the noises they made too. When they would go after him, they just make these really weird, just like noise, and it was just as a kid, sorry, it fucking terrified me.
Wow, man.
Yeah. I don't know. It always did. It was like the one part of the movie I would just like cover my eyes and my ears whenever it happened and just wait for
Yeah,
the
dude.
next bit.
Foley artists have done quite an amazing work with a lot of stuff that's been scary. The only other thing that came up really was Jurassic Park, and that some people were scared of the noises, like, kind of Steven Spielberg's thing of, hey, you don't see the monster, right? But you can kind of hear it and know its presence. Well, yeah, there are a lot of
Mhm.
my coworkers that were scared by Jurassic Park and just the noises that they would hear sometimes out in open spaces.
All right. Vic, Paul, you guys got anything else?
I just got to give a shout out to Beetlejuice, man. That show was crazy.
Yes.
I love that. Beetlejuice is a good one, especially when he turns into the snake.
Yes.
Rail man. That bit was super freaky. I love, and I need to watch that movie. I've been wanting to watch that movie. So all right. Well, I think that's pretty cool. So let's go ahead, and if that's it, unless you guys got anything else quick, take a quick break. We're gonna come back, drink another beer, and
Wrap up the show.
wrap up the show. Sounds good. Sounds good. Cool. It's already paused.
Okay, you're sitting on that side of the table.
Yikes.
Then I'm gonna be sitting on that dick.
Ooh. Got you, good fucker. All right.
Said the roommates to each other.
That's good. Yeah, that's how we roll, man. What are you gonna do?
Well, you think our relationship works out so well?
It's quite fantastic.
The butt sex
Good sex life.
takes you a long way.
That's cat.
All right, so we are going to come in, drink this beer,
You're gonna come in, aren't you?
and then we'll do the what have you been watching, reading, doing. Keep it short. Do not talk about more than 2 things. Try to just do one if you can. And then we'll boogie.
Sounds good. Cool beans. All right. Who's bringing us back?
I'll bring us back.
Cool. All right. Coming back in 3, 2, 1.
All right, and thank you for joining us again. I'm sure you learned something that you haven't already from that ad, but now we're going to drink another beer. And this is a beer I got from Tavor, and it is just another just super charming name. That's almost tonight's theme, at least halfway there. This is the Cardigans of the Galaxy.
Love it.
It is from Brewing out of Atlanta, Georgia. This is a double IPA, part of their Hop Hut release. Don't know what that means. But man, what a friggin' cool frickin' just name. I love that. And it looks like a cardigan with a bow tie, and it's got a couple astronauts on it wearing cardigans.
Like you do.
Like you do. You gotta love it. Of course, keep cold, drink fresh. This bad boy coming in at 9.3%, rocking that independent craft seal.
What are you trying to do to us, Jerry? 9%.
To get drunk. I'm trying to get you drunk.
Oh, good.
Get the
I was
pants
hoping.
off.
Wait, what?
You heard.
Okay.
All right. Well, what do you got on Untapped for us, Vic? The website? You got anything?
I got some stuff. Yeah. So as you mentioned, it's at 9.5% alcohol by volume, 95 IBUs. This is rated at a 4.11, derived from 2,420 ratings on Untapped. This is classified as an Imperial IPA double. It says, and it reads, flying a journey to the cosmos with Cardigans of the Galaxy. Sure, this is a 9.5% alcohol by volume, 95 IBUs, double IPA hopped with Columbus, Mandarina, Bavaria, Simcoe, Citra, Yukon, Mosaic, Comet, and Galaxy. But the secret sauce is the extra dry finish and the big citrusy melony nose. Just as long as you need. As long as you heed mom's warning and take a sweater with you, all will be well.
On Tavor, you had to buy 2 of them. They were $5 each.
Rad?
So $10 for the 2.
Okay. They used a lot of hops in this one.
A lot of hops. And coming in at 95 IBUs. Holy shit.
It's going to be a little on the bitter end.
Maybe.
We'll see.
But yeah, probably.
But probably.
That's a good indicator that it just might be.
It's rated a 4.11, super high rating derived from 2,400 ratings. So 2,400 people saw fit to say, hey, it's a pretty good beer.
Again, Georgia seems to be one of those surprisingly underrated beer states.
Mm-hmm.
I've been to Georgia. I was really impressed by their beer scene there. We've got a fair amount of good beer off of Tavois from there. So let's see how this continues the trend.
This is apparently part of their Hop Hut release.
Yeah, I already said that.
We have no idea what that means.
Yeah, I said the same thing.
I am looking at the label of the can, and it looks like the way that Monday Night Brewing does this is that they have a bunch of different.
Brewing.
Are you done? I can only handle so much, Jerry. I kind of have ADD. I don't know if you knew that. All right. The way that they do this, I swear to God. The way that they do the cans is it looks like a lot of their cans maybe have like a white background because all of their cans have like the Monday Night Brewing and Atlanta, Georgia on the top of the can, right at the lip area. But the rest of the base is all white. And then the label on this is also white background to give it actually that clean look to where it doesn't actually, seem like any of the paint or, the
Oh my God, describe it already.
paint on the can is actually, been scuffed at all. And it has that good,
It's got that
solid
white on white.
business. Yeah, the white on white. So it looks really clean. And it allows them to also have the ability to slap on whatever label around their base white can label that they would originally have. So
Yeah, it's got a nice room for flexibility for sure.
I like that. I mean,
Yeah.
I think that's a pretty good way to get around, the fact that a label on a can just doesn't always look quite as pristine, even if you're doing just kind of like a limited release. I think that's interesting.
So, yeah, pretty good, pretty thick, pretty malty. I took a sip. Vic took a sip. Our faces did a wow, wow, wow sort of reaction.
Yeah.
What is wow, wow, wow look like?
That's not what I said. I said wow, wow, wow.
Okay, what does that look like?
You'll get it right.
Well, yeah,
Thank you for correcting
See,
me.
Polly gets
But
it.
what does that look like?
This is an intense beer, man.
Yeah.
There is a lot going on. It is thick. It is viscous. It is malty. It is hoppy. It feels like you're drinking a delicious liquefied cardigan.
100% effervescent. Yeah, like the texture definitely is reflected like a cardigan would be if it were cashmere or high cotton levels. I'm talking like 1,000 thread count here.
That's a lot of threads.
A lot of thread. I'm not getting that intensity. I'm getting nothing but just fucking pleasantness.
Well, exactly. Yeah, high thread count. What are you gonna do?
Just be comfortable.
Yeah, be
comfortable.
Yeah, put it in there.
It's nice.
It's good.
It's nice.
So, again, what's that untapped rating? I can't see it from here.
4.11.
Jesus Christ.
That's the highest untapped rating that we've had all night.
That's a
correct.
high untapped rating. Paula, how does that make you feel?
I like it. I actually agree with it, but I wrote down 4.25
Really?
because I do love my cardigans.
Oh my.
Number one.
You really do. Yeah, I could see you liking this beer a lot.
I switched out. I used to wear a lot of sweater vests, now I wear a lot of cardigans.
I distinctly remember that. Yeah.
And it's just a very pleasing beer to me.
I think it's a very high rated beer. It is really good. There's a lot going on, a lot of enjoyability. You have to know what you're getting into to drink this beer. I will say this
Yes.
is not a beginner beer drinker's beer,
No.
but if you like IPAs, then you will drink this and you will give this beer a 4.0 because that's what I'd give it.
Okay.
So that's the right
Agreed.
answer.
Yeah, that's a great way to put that, Jerry. This is an IPA lover's beer for somebody who enjoys the craft and the complexity, especially with the distinctive types of hops that they utilize in this beer. There are so many cosmic style hops that they utilize, and I don't even know if that's the right word for it, but every hop that I named earlier was a cosmic-esque hop with the Galaxy, Mosaic, and heretofore. It was a lot of it, man. And so this has definitely got a lot of complexity to it. This has got a lot to it. I'd probably rate this a 4. 4. It's a 4 for me.
All right. Well, Will.
I need another sip. Can you guys vamp for just a second?
Jesus Christ. You had so much fucking time.
Guess we're just
And then
talking.
right
and
when it
talking
gets
now.
to you,
Come on,
you
Will.
just have
Get with
to
it, there,
make
buddy.
some
We
bullshit
practice for a
excuse
reason.
just to
Or a
make
boy
it
band.
last even
Choreography.
longer.
We should know each
You
other.
can't just
We
give
should know
us
where
a
we're at. We should know what we're
goddamn
doing.
rating.
All right, stop. Stop.
Will, I just want you to know I'm going to loop that last 30 seconds just for you because I think it's fantastic.
I'm going to make it my ringtone.
Yeah, there
should.
you go.
For everything that, the alarm that I wake up to in the morning.
You'll
That'll be
definitely wake up to shut it off.
Yeah.
Right. That'll get you out of bed.
Okay. Gosh, you guys have me so conflicted because this has such a high bitter flavor to it. I initially was going to go 3.75, but the way that you guys talk about it, I needed to give it a second chance to see if it was going to, if I was going to come around to it, if maybe even it made me even question my palate. Like, am I getting all of everything that this beer has for me? And I don't know, honestly. Like, this is probably one of the most complex IPAs I've ever had, and that is saying something. I am the least, IPA lover in the room. That's a fact.
Oh, bro. Rate the goddamn beer. 3, 2, 1. Rate.
It is a 4.0 beer.
All right.
Okay.
Wow. Nice.
It definitely
Wow.
deserves to be a Brewnomics recommended beer.
Wasn't sure we were gonna get there.
Jesus, I know.
I needed even just then another sip just to tell like where it was on the front end of the beer. And it's bright, it's flavorful. It has a really good hop forward presence. And within that, it almost tastes like a golden IPA. If you like IPAs and you like a bitter IPA, this one is a good one for you.
Nice. Right on.
So 4.0, that definitely qualifies it as a Brewnomics recommended beer. But I would say, know what you're getting into.
For sure. But it's a good beer, I think, for us to end the night on, because it is one you want to slip a little bit slower and then just kind of cozy on up with. So I can dig that.
It is definitely a sipper.
All right. Well, let's move on from there. So it's about time to wrap up. So before we do that, what have you guys been watching, reading, playing, doing, singing, dancing, jerking into?
So what have I been doing? I do want to highlight. I've been doing a few things, but I want to highlight a show. It's called Raising Dion. It was on Netflix, and it's starring Michael B. Jordan and a new budding star. His name is Josiah. He is pretty fantastic. Basically, this is a show that's based on a graphic novel where this kid is imbued with powers, and Michael B. Jordan is his dad, and he dies in a freak accident. However, this freak accident passed on his mutation essentially to his son. And not only that, there's other people in the world with these mutations that can sort of control the weather. They have these elemental powers to them, and there's this kind of character called a beast-like character who's coming for them and absorbing people with powers to create his own. And it's this 8-episode series on Netflix right now, and it's pretty fantastic. So I super recommend it. It was pretty good. Plus, I fucking love Michael B. Jordan.
He's
whatever
amazing.
He does.
Raising Dion?
Raising Dion. Yeah. Not
Nice.
bad. I liked it.
Nice.
Check it out.
What about you, Paula?
Michael B. I have also been watching Netflix, but the particular show I want to talk about is an anime called Saint Seiya. It's called Saint Seiya Knights of the Zodiac. So essentially, it's kind of like Voltron artwork and character styles in sort of like a Yu Yu Hakusho setting. I don't know if that makes any sense to you guys.
Not at all. No.
Okay.
But I like the way you say it with such confidence.
Thank you. It's zany. It was made in 1986, and these guys are fighting for these armors that are given to them by the universe to essentially save the universe when it comes down to it. But it's like a blood sport at the same time, but very just poorly American dub, just fantastic.
Paula, you know the interesting thing? Last night when I couldn't come up with the anime that I was watching, this is the anime I was talking about.
Damn.
Yes. I'm sorry I didn't have the better description for you, but this is exactly what I'm talking about with these elemental powers, these armors that they had to create, and these blood sports that they had to achieve.
Okay. So
with you 100%.
Missed something.
Both of you are watching the same anime?
We were, yeah.
Apparently.
Without knowing it.
I couldn't remember the name and the way Paula described it, and I looked up the imagery and I was like, "Fuck!" I was watching.
These two are crazy in sync sometimes, bro. One of my favorite memories is when we had just the 2-screen Netflix before we upgraded it to the 4-screen.
Mm-hmm.
I went to watch something. I can't remember what it was. This was in our old studio before we moved here.
Yeah.
But Paul was at his place. Vic was at ours in his room. We weren't in the same room.
Thank
But
you for
it gets
clarifying.
it gets blocked, and Netflix would tell you what the other two people are watching.
And they're
and I
both
can't-
watching the same thing.
No, I can't remember which one was watching which, but one of them was watching Batman Forever, and the other was watching Batman and Robin.
Oh, that's so
The
close.
Joel Schumacher ones, and this was
Oh
at
my
like
gosh.
11:30 at night, and I was so angry, but it was so adorable at the same goddamn time. I couldn't stay angry about it because I was like, these cheeky motherfuckers. They have no idea that they're both one's watching one and one's watching the other.
Did you
I
just
can
want to guarantee
guarantee
to go
this
and
wasn't
cuddle with both
planned.
of them?
These just nerdy little fucking dorks.
And you knew who was watching which movie too.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
So,
great.
The way these guys are in sync sometimes is strange.
All right.
Well,
I totally forgot about that. I think you took a picture and you sent it
I
to
did.
us.
I think
it was
I
a really
did,
big
yeah.
deal. Yeah, it was a big. It was so great, dude. Super great.
We gotta figure out some way eventually to make our Patreon level have access to some of our text conversations because they're brilliant.
I don't know that people want that.
I don't know if I want people to have that.
People may want that. We don't know yet. We'll throw out a poll or something. But yeah, that was Saint Seiya Knights of the Zodiac. I will definitely be checking that out because if both of you checked it out,
Dude, this show's super dope, man. Yeah, I really enjoyed
It's
it.
pretty great.
that tells
Yeah.
me that I might need to.
Yeah, those armors, damn.
I've been gone for a little bit. I took a trip to Missouri to go celebrate my grandfather's 90th birthday, which was kind of cool.
Yeah.
It took 12 hours plus to get both either there or back from Boise.
Did you drive?
No, I flew.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Yeah, it was like here to Seattle and then Seattle to Missouri and then another like 4.5 hour drive to the middle of Missouri.
Oh,
okay.
geez, okay.
To the
I was
middle
like,
of
it
nowhere.
doesn't make sense that the flight would be that long to Missouri. Or the drive, really.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's because you can either
Which
go
in the
to
Midwest does make a lot of sense.
you can and you can either go to Kansas City or you can go to St. Louis,
Mm-hmm.
and both airports, it's a 4.5 hour drive either way.
Either way.
Wow.
Okay. Dang.
Wonderful area. I witnessed some of the most amazing thunderstorms that I will ever witness,
Ooh,
which
cool.
was really cool because we were like
Oh.
right on the lake
Mhm.
in a 9-story tower building, so it was really cool.
Oh, I
Oh,
bet.
wow, dude. That's
Yeah.
That's
awesome.
some of my favorite things are crazy storms, especially thunderstorms.
Yeah, and I mean just the rain, it was awesome. But yeah, I mean we kind of had a little bit of like a mini family reunion on that side of the family, anyway. So it was really cool to get to see a lot of family and everything. And then I just got sick. I got
Mhm.
sick, and then I had a cold, and then I got a flu on top of the cold.
Jesus.
Yeah. Airplanes, right?
Oh,
And then
for
I
sure.
came back, and my wife and daughter
Flying
had the
fucking
flu.
Petri dishes.
Yeah. And so it just, my immune system was weak, and it just,
I bet.
I had
I've
to take a
gotten
day off
really
of
sick
work.
from flying on planes before too.
And then so that's why I was gone last week as well. But I'm back here, even a little bit nasally. While I was on the plane, though, I watched Brick, which had been recommended to me by many people, including Paula.
Like the 90s roller.
This is the movie
That's
called
Brink.
uh,
I love that movie, though.
Yeah.
Wait,
I recommend that movie though.
Yeah.
No, the parkour movie.
No. This
Wait,
is
I was
a
thinking
movie
Airborne.
Physical 11.
with
Yeah,
Jorson.
JGL.
Yeah,
Oh.
JGL. And it was directed by Rain Johnson, who directed the latest Star Wars movie, Star Wars: The Last Jedi, right?
Mhm. And he's doing the upcoming Knives Out movie that I really want to watch.
And
Wait, did you say Rain Johnson or Ryan Johnson?
Rain Johnson,
He said
Oh.
Rain Johnson.
Okay,
but
good.
and
Was
he's
it-
also directing
That's right.
a trilogy within the Star Wars universe that's kind of separate. That's going to be like the next Star Wars thing that come out.
Interesting.
But this was recommended to me by multiple people, and I don't quite know what to think about it. I was kind of unimpressed, to be honest. So I'm gonna have a talk off screen with PK about it, but overall a good noir film. And then the last thing that I wanted to talk about that I'd
Jesus
been
Christ,
doing.
bro. What did
Oh
we
my
say?
gosh, just hold on. Was Apple Arcade. It's $5 a month, and you need to go and download What the Golf. What the Golf is amazing. All right. Also, there's some other good gems out there: Manifold Garden and Grindstone and Jenny Leclue. But
I'm
yeah,
gonna slit your
What the
fucking
Golf is
throat.
great. And I'm done. Thank you, Jerry, for having so much patience.
Well, thanks for respecting the one or two things that we talked about before going into this with your 8 fucking things. I have a time limit for a reason.
There's 2 things. I wanted to let people know where I had
Jesus.
been.
Shut up. Anyways, I'll just talk about one thing like we talked about before this segment.
Yeah, you better.
I'm gonna fucking punch you in the face so hard. I finally watched a long-awaited movie that I needed to watch. Finally, and I've been holding off to tell you about this, Vic. Finally watched John Wick 3 Parabellum.
Thank you, man.
Finally.
Yeah, after your cryptic message about it. Fuck. Sort of pissed at myself. I didn't get it, but that's fine.
It is what it is. But it was absolutely phenomenal. It was really good. Made me want to watch the whole franchise immediately.
Yeah.
You can tell Keanu's getting old.
Yep.
He's
A
really
little bit,
hurting.
yeah.
But one thing that I really like about these movies is obviously it's super hyper stylized action, but they try to keep it as realistic as possible. And boy, do they get creative with the action scenes.
Yes.
In this one, not just like you see in the trailer and a lot of the photos, kind of like the horse versus the motorcycles, but when he's in the horse, the stable, the way he's utilizing those with him. But ultimately, there's just like, if I had, 3 words about this movie to kind of summarize it, it would just be Halle fucking Berry.
Straight the fuck up, dude.
She is so good.
She destroyed it in Morocco, bro. I fucking love that sequence, dude. She kicked ass, and I'm glad you picked up on that. It's wonderful.
She is so good in that. I really loved it. Like, she's a badass, man. The way she did it was believable. Her like judo, jujitsu, most aikido, the way she used her dogs with it, just
dude,
man,
she trained so hard. She
kick
trained for
ass.
6 months prior to that film with those dogs. She built a relationship
Mhm.
from puppies to fucking grown dogs with that movie. It was awesome,
and
dude.
it shows.
It's great.
It shows.
It's fucking
She
wonderful.
did a
I
great
love
job. So
Plus, I've never seen action with dogs choreographed that
never
way.
No.
anything like that.
Not to this degree.
That
at
was
all.
absolutely unlike anything I've seen before. So it was super fun. I
Yeah.
really like the way they utilized the dogs in that one.
Dude, that trilogy as a whole is probably my favorite trilogy ever. And this goes beyond the Matrix for me. Like, I fucking love the Matrix, but the John Wick trilogy is so complete. It's so tight. It's fantastic. And I love the stylized action that comes along with it, man. It's gorgeous.
So I have to ask, because again, referencing back to like our text threads, which nobody knows about, but Jerry sent out this picture and he's like, I think something got lost in translation. I downloaded a movie and I'm not going to tell you what it was, but here's the pic. And essentially he's got the entire scene like scribbled out so you can't see it, but you can see the subtitles, which is in Italian because you downloaded incorrectly in Italian.
Yep.
So when they would say something that wasn't in Italian, it would subtitle it. And the subtitle says Solo Lo Poso Ucridi.
It's great Italian.
Which, yeah, I know I'm horrible at it. I'm sure I murdered that. But when you translated it, it came up as Solo Lo Porno Usiderti.
Only the porn.
Which means only the porn kill you.
Only the porn kill you.
Now, you gave us this hint, and apparently only the porn kill you, which Vic and I then later translated to only I can kill you.
Oh, yeah.
Correctly.
Mm-hmm.
And we were trying to guess what movie this was that you downloaded. Was this John Wick 3?
It was John Wick 3. That's Mark Daska.
Because we guessed so many different movies, all of us, that at one point I actually thought this was incorrectly the Terminator Genesis. Yeah.
No, it was, and I figured that out too, because I went and manually typed it in, because what I was doing was essentially using the camera on my phone, and it would just auto pick up text and translate it. But yeah, that was absurd. I just got only the porn kill you, and it made me laugh.
I bet.
Hard. So hard. But dude, Mark
Daskus?
Daskus,
Yeah.
however you say his last name, he's the one I always have
He
trouble
was
with.
fantastic.
He was fantastic, and I love that fight with him and John Wick at the end. Spoiler alert: he loses because he's fighting John Wick.
Yeah.
But he's
the
getting
sushi
there.
guy.
Yeah, on his knees with the sword through his chest, just going, "Hey, John, that was a good fight, huh?"
Like, he's such a fanboy of John Wick that he's like, he was just happy to fight him.
Dude, what an honor if you're going to be killed by John Wick. And then when he fought those two brothers who were from the Raid Redemption, that was just a badass martial arts.
The fucking cherry, dude.
Great
That whole last fight scene with the glass, just gorgeous.
I'm excited to see how the universe continues to expand.
Agreed. All right.
Ditto.
Let's take it home.
All right, guys. Well, that's the show for the night. Welcome to episode 90. We've completed it.
We're a little bit over time, but who cares?
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I don't have anything else. Do you guys have anything else?
I think that's it. So just make sure, especially if you listen to us on iTunes or Spotify, that you leave us a 5-star review. And until next time, just be good to each other. Drink good beer. I'm Jerry.
I'm Paula.
I'm Vic.
I'm William.
Cheers.
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 And we're out.
143. Yeah. Fucking Will, I swear to God.
Everybody knows the cat's afraid of the mice.
What are you talking about?